everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Stephanie and I'm the blogger behind brighterdarling.com. I am saying very similar things in these two intros. There is a video going up that is a get ready with me using Clean Beauty, and there's a video going up talking about a foundation wear test using the Glow Skin Beauty HD Mineral Foundation Stick. That's the intro today, but they're gonna look very similar because I'm wearing the same makeup and the same outfit because I'm filming 2 in 1. Just trying to multitask, people. So today, this intro is going to be focused on the Glow Skin Beauty HD Mineral Foundation Stick. It's new to the Glow Skin Beauty line. Like I said, it's HD, it's mineral based. It's a 4-in-1 foundation stick. And it can be used not just as a foundation, but as a concealer, a contour, and a highlight. So kind of similar to what Tarte Shape Tape says, where it's meant to be used in like a multitude of different ways. So you don't have to just use this as a foundation. You can get a darker shade and use it as a contour. You can get a brighter, lighter shade and use it like as a highlighting color, like not shimmery, but just like a highlighting color. Or you can just use it as a concealer. So anyway, the coverage is really buildable. It's a natural radiant finish, and it's supposed to be lightweight and long lasting. So I will tell you right now, I'm wearing shade 7W Mesa, and I personally feel like the shades run a little light. So I was pretty convinced that I was gonna be shade 6W. 6W was actually too light for me, and I was surprised that 7W works for me, but just keep that in mind if you're looking at the shades. The other thing I wanted to say was this is not a first impression. I have played with this foundation now for a couple weeks before I filmed this wear test, and I'm kind of torn on how I think it performs. I'll be completely honest, but sometimes I can be really surprised with how things wear when I do these wear tests and I really analyze them under a camera. So this might be one of those where like I don't feel like it is the best or like the best foundation ever. Not that it's bad, but I can be surprised sometimes when I see things on camera. For example, I didn't think Tarte Shape Tape was a great concealer when I first got it. Go figure, since the world loves it. But when I filmed a YouTube video using it, and then when I looked at the footage afterwards, I was like, wow, my under eyes look flawless. And since then I've been a convert of Shape Tape. So you just never know until you really analyze things. But if you want to see how I applied this and how it works throughout the day, then let's get to the wear test. For today, I'm only using it as a foundation. It does have hyaluronic acid in it, which I do love. It has a natural finish with buildable coverage. So it's going to start out kind of on the sheer side and then we can build it up. And then it's supposed to be lightweight and long lasting. So let's get to it. I'm using shade Mesa, which is 7W, and it's just your typical stick format. So let's do this. So normally when I use my Hourglass stick foundation, that's how much I do. And then I do 3 lines and then 1 on the jaw. Now this side is like having an issue today, so it's a good day to test out a new foundation because you can see the coverage. And then a little under the eye. Okay, let's take my foundation brush. I can never use a sponge for stick foundations. It's too stiff of a formula, so just know today we have just a brush. I could use my fingers, but I just don't feel like it because I hate foundation with my hands. Okay, so here we go. It is very lightweight. I do find the coverage is very light to start. Hourglasses has much more coverage, much more, but not everybody wants that, you know? Okay, let's see how it's doing on those breakouts. Not too bad. I would say it's like light medium coverage. I'm getting a little on the ears because I do need to self tan. Kind of makes sure it blends. All right, let's get this other side. And when I've tried this foundation earlier this week, it was kind of okay. I wasn't like blown away, to be totally honest, but I do think it would be good for a certain skin type and like people who like certain kind of things in their foundation, one of which being very light coverage. Or mineral-based makeup. Like if you're a big lover of mineral makeup, this is super innovative because it's in this stick format And I think the only other brand I know that does a stick foundation is Bare Minerals, and that one is really sheer. It's like a tinted moisturizer basically. It's nice, but it's definitely not this much coverage, and I don't even know if this is that much. So, okay, we're gonna build it up a little bit. Okay, so that's one layer. This is my like better skin side today, so it looks pretty nice, right? And this is my like not so great side today. I'm having hormones. So let's layer it up here. I'm kind of using it a little bit as a concealer. I never like putting too much makeup on my forehead. I feel like it ends up looking cakey. Okay. And then when you build up, especially if you're covering breakouts, don't swipe, kind of try to tap it in. So let's do that. See, like I'm kind of just like tap, 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 because I don't want to move the coverage. I just want to kind of melt it and push it into the skin. So I honestly don't know if this is building as well as I would hope it to, but you guys tell me on camera if it looks like it's building. Maybe it is, I don't know. In my mirror, it doesn't seem so. But it doesn't look bad, right? I don't think it looks bad. Might look bad later, we'll see. Okay. That's pretty much it. Can't really do much more. So again, that's the bad side. I guess it did layer. I would say that's like a solid medium coverage, medium full. And that's the good side today. So I'm gonna go in and finish the rest of my face with concealer, highlighter, bronzer, all that crap. BRB. Yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I got this makeup look using All Clean Beauty, then let's get right on to it. And then at the end, I do want to like check in, since I'm going to be checking in for the foundation wear test anyway. I'm going to check in and just show you guys how the whole rest of the face kind of looks at the end. Hey everybody, it is currently 8:35 p.m. As you can see, I am shiny as F. And I'm not sure how you feel about that. Like in my mirror here in real life, I feel like I look glistening and glowy. I don't look as greasy as I'm looking in my camera, but it certainly doesn't look good. Let's just leave it at that, am I right? So when I'm looking up close, and this was with a light dusting of powder, okay? When I'm looking up close, nothing has broken down on my forehead. Like you could still see my bronzer up here. My blush and bronzer is here, but it definitely faded a little. I feel like the highlight is gone, but that is also just could be the way the ColourPop formula is. I'll have to try that. We'll have to see how this is with like another clean beauty foundation or even a traditional brand for me to really know if it's like, is it the concealer? I mean, is it the highlighter or is it the foundation? But for all intents and purposes, I don't think the highlight's really there anymore, do you? Not really. I feel like it's just lighter here, but there's no shimmer. I am so shiny around my nose here. It literally looks wet. I have not been this oily in a YouTube foundation wear test in at least a year and a half, since before I was pregnant and my daughter is 1. So that tells you a lot. Like if you've seen my more recent YouTube wear test, my foundations have never looked this oily. It's totally worn off my chin here. Like I can see my actual skin. And let's look on the side that I have the breakouts happening. I feel like it looks pretty similar, but it's definitely faded and broken down on those spots, which is like, I just don't think that that's very acceptable at this point. Like we all know how foundations should perform, and I don't usually have that happen like to me very much when it comes to a foundation breaking down on a breakout really anymore. I used to years ago, but formulas have come a long way and this kind of crap hasn't happened in a long time. And it's like so greasy and wet on my nose. It's so gross. Like I wish I had blotting sheets, but I don't even use those anymore. Like, look at how shiny this is. It's literally crazy. It looks like it's a bad quality video because I was working out my camera, but if you go back and watch my Fenty versus Too Faced foundation review, it's like one of the first ones I've ever done. It has tons of views, but this is what it looked like. It was like super shiny. So with that being said, I hate to say this because the team at Glow Skin Beauty was very kind to send this to me complimentary. And I love the idea of a stick foundation. It's like such a convenient thing, but I don't personally like this formula for myself. I think that the only kind of person who might be able to wear this is somebody with very dry skin who likes light to medium coverage. Okay? It's just not for me because I'm more combination skin right now. I'm definitely not super oily anymore by far. You can watch my journey of YouTube wear tests, and I'm not dry as I used to be when I was pregnant. I had like my best skin ever when I was pregnant. It was like dry, I wasn't breaking out, it was crazy. But this is like not normal. Like this is not a normal level of shine. So yeah, if you are dry with a preference for light to medium natural finish, this might be one for you for sure. But if not, I don't know, I'm gonna have to say pass, or maybe just use it for contour. I would love a good contour stick, so maybe I'll pick this up in a contour shade. That would be good, because I know the Bobbi Brown one that a lot of people love, to me looks very warm toned. I don't know what, I forget the shade people use, but every time I see them put it on, I'm like, why are they contouring with that Bobbi Brown foundation? To me it looks really warm. So these ones might be a good option for that. But anyway, I'm going to go wash this off my face because I feel disgusting, and I hope that was helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I try to post at least once a week. I'm getting better about posting now that my daughter's on a better schedule, but still working it out, and there's still some weeks that are crazy. But in general, I post once a week about beauty, lifestyle, and sometimes some fashion stuff too. So hopefully you'll subscribe, and I'll see you sometime soon. So leave me a comment and let me know what you thought about this foundation, like how you thought initially it was going to go versus how it kind of ended, and we can talk about it down there. All right, talk to you later. Bye.